Support for Swan Song is brought to you by viewers like you. Thank you. Have you heard about the company Nikoli before? Nikoli is a publishing company responsible for the quarterly magazine Puzzle Tsushin Nikoli, which rose to prominence in 2005 when Sudoku made it big internationally. Sudoku is just one of a large stable of over 40 different kinds of logic puzzles that they publish on the regular, and as any Cracking the Cryptic regular viewers will be able to tell you, a lot of these logic puzzles can be remixed in tons of different ways by imposing various rule sets and additional constraints. One of these puzzle types is Slitherlink, which saw its first console adaptation hit the WonderSwan on April 20th, 2000. It was developed by Tomcat System and published by Bandai. The first pair of Slitherlink puzzles were published in issue 26 of Puzzle Tsushin Nikoli all the way back in June of 1989. Each puzzle consists of an upright square lattice of dots. The goal of a Slitherlink puzzle is to draw a loop with no loose ends within that lattice that satisfies the constraints. Each square can contain a number, and that number indicates how many sides of the square must be segments of the loop, constraining the possible solution. An important thing to note is that a square containing a number does not necessarily need to be inside the loop. Slitherlink for WonderSwan includes a collection of 90 puzzles licensed from Nikoli's output over the years, and I think that the assortment of puzzles available in this game are a welcoming on-ramp for anyone who's not already familiar with them. Much of the UI elements and recurring characters throughout the game were lifted directly from contemporary Nikoli puzzle books, remaining consistent with what existing fans would be familiar with in paper. As you can no doubt tell from the footage, Slitherlink is played in the portrait orientation. The left D-pad handles moving the cursor around the lattice, and two of the buttons off to the right are used to either draw line segments or pencil mark segments which are known to be incorrect. When you complete a puzzle, you can submit your solution by reaching across to the B button at the top of the device, and you'll hear a nice jingle if you get it right. You can also bail out at any time with the start button. One thing to note is that if you try to draw an incorrect line segment onto the puzzle, you'll be immediately alerted that it is incorrect and suffer a time penalty to your countdown. There is also an optional hint system you can opt into. I've come across Slitherlink puzzles here and there in the past, but playing this game for this video was the first time that I ever tried to sit down and complete some of them. I think these are really satisfying to fill out, and I really like the sense of improvement you feel when you're a few puzzles into it and solving them only takes you a fraction of the time it took you to solve your first one. If you were around for the dominance of the Nintendo DS and the handheld market in the mid to late 2000s, then you're probably already sold on the idea of logic puzzles like these being a great fit for handheld systems. I hid my DS Lite in a hollow book during high school and spent all my downtime in class filling out Sudoku puzzles included in Brain Age, so I totally get it. Luckily, Slitherlink's simplicity makes it feel great to play even without a touchscreen and a stylus to draw with. When I was playing through the first season of games released on the Playdate, one of my top picks was the adorable Match 3 puzzle game Pick Pack Pup. There was nothing particularly novel about that game specifically, but sometimes just well executing a winning formula that's been done a million times before is enough to carry you to the top. Slitherlink to me is one of those titles. There probably isn't anything I can say that will outright sell you on it, and it's easily one of the least video gamey games on this system, but this just came out of nowhere for me and it's now one of my favorite games on the system.